Novo lit that shit bang.
Why do sexual harassment allegations online seem to always come with weird, awkward live streams immediately after? It's not hard to prep a little bit more so you can avoid answering the important questions like this, seemingly for the first time in front of 2,000 plus people. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
He said he kept trying to push Kat away due to fear of her being like a plant. And then he said he was interested in her and told her that, which obviously that's been made very clear at this point. He said he told her that if he said anything that makes her uncomfortable, to let him know.
Is that true?
There were a couple of times where like I would make a face and he's like, am I making you uncomfortable? And I was just like, can we go back to what we were working on? But also it's not very wise to ask somebody that generally has communication issues to voice things via communication.
Okay, continue.
He said he...
Yeah, so I watched this live stream, right? It gets really good around the time Destiny joins because it's just fucking hilarious the implications Destiny makes during it. Let me introduce you guys to all of the players, right? On the screen here, you have a guy named Dylan, right? Now, Dylan hosts these debate panels. He covers other stuff on his channel, but anyone who watched the Lauren Southern debate or watched us talking about it, that was all done on his channel. He's the guy who set it up. The person next to him is another kind of political bread tubery person. And she is known as Katarina. I think I'm getting that right. But Katarina was working for a different person at the time, right? Now she's dating this Dylan guy, right? Which Dylan denied at first, but then, he kind of admitted that they were dating. And then also Dylan helped her write the fucking Me Too accusation against this guy called Prime, what's his fucking name again? PrimeCayes. So PrimeCayes used to be a guy that would host like entire debate panels on his channel. And this cat girl, she fucking did the work for him of like getting those people booked and everything. She came out recently with a Me Too accusation against PrimeCayes, which this fucking Dylan person went ahead and helped out with, right? PrimeCayes, however, if you read through her fucking document, there's some heavy implications to get made, but in reality, her Google Doc essentially says that she felt uncomfortable because I guess PrimeCayes, when she was working for him, would be very flirtatious and would make sexual comments at her. However, she does say that she never told him about it making her uncomfortable or anything like that. So, for me, I would just say don't try to like fuck around with an employee, but to call it like a sexual predator, like it just seems so fucking stupid. Like I can imagine some dude who really doesn't understand social cues, right? They flirt with a girl and the girl doesn't like turn them down, but she doesn't really come across as that interested. You know what I mean? Right? I can see why that sort of person might think that there's still something there. But I don't really know what the time frame is for a lot of this stuff. Suffice it to say, she stopped working for PrimeCayes, Me Too's him when she starts working for somebody else, but she's also dating the other person that she's working for. So I don't know, but it seems like a pretty bad idea all around. This is Katara. She's the one that was on camera with Dylan there. And this is her Me Too document. As per the title, I no longer work for PrimeCayes. I've had an issue with the way my boss has treated me for a while. As per my general inability to process things of this nature, I usually wouldn't know how to deal with a situation like this. For a while, I felt like I just needed to suck it up. I've been involving with the Twitch politosphere for about 6 months now, with only one of my only points of access to the community being through the occasional hippy-dippy recruitment panel or the more frequent PrimeCayes panel. From the beginning of my introduction to Prime's community, his interactions with me essentially always been romantic or sexual in nature, but completely one-sided. On my end, was an internal struggle. Wait, what? On my end, it was. It was an internal struggle to decide whether I got to keep my dignity in the situation or express my discomfort or suck it up and grow as a streamer through him giving me a platform. This incentive only increased when I started to produce for him, and I was paid for my work. I thought this new working relationship would mean he would act more professionally, but it did not deter his inappropriate behavior at all. Now, I have a couple problems here because it sounds like she was benefiting from the relationship, and she's saying like she never actually talked to him. Like, I don't know, man. I could see some fucking loser, fucking nerd creep and everything, and they think that you're interested because you haven't turned them down, right? Like, I don't know. Some girls do play hard to get. I'm not saying that's what was going on there. It's still on them to make sure they actually know. But also, if it's going on that long and you're not fucking saying anything to the guy, I don't know. Like, at a certain point, I feel like if you just talk to the guy and he doesn't do anything to change his behavior and it only gets worse, he starts to ostracize you. Well, I mean, then you have an actual Me Too story, but this just doesn't sound like that. And that's if I take her at her word. I tried to come forward as early as April to be precise, yet when I reached out to other creators in the chat, he found out that I was posting in the chats within 10 minutes of me doing so. I knew that if I tried back then, he had so much more resources and audience than I did too, and thus crushed my channel before I even got the word out. And as I reached out to other creators beforehand, a month later. Okay. What's important to note here is that Samantha did talk to Prime about his behavior. This did not stop him from continuing his behavior. Okay, so I'm going to play a debate that went on. I'm saying debate, but essentially it featured Destiny on Dylan's channel because there's a lot of things that get said there, and I think in some ways kind of contradicts what I'm reading there.
Like
Dylan. First of all, no, you don't. You don't need to call people. Dylan, how many times have you called me to talk to me about booking me for a show?
Oh no, I don't have to call you to tell you, but he wasn't booking Kat. Kat was booking with him.
How many times has Kat called me to book a show? You just sent people DMs.
Prime. Okay, Prime. Now I just think. Wait, I'm now calling you.
Oh my. Dylan.
No, Destiny. Nope, I'm not letting you move now. I'm letting you squirm out of that one. Okay.
I'm not.
No. You're squirming. You're squirming right now. Okay.
Dylan, no. Hold on. Can I finish one sentence? I'm not.
Wait. I never got to finish.
Oh my god. Okay, do your whatever dance, song and dance. Go.
Okay, I will do my song and dance flamboyantly. So, you say that. Well, Kat's never had to call you, and Kat's never had to call any of the guests. Well, that's the thing. She's not calling the guests. She's calling Prime, the person who hosts the show, to talk to him about what people to book. To talk to him about what topics to do, trying to coordinate, like, okay, would this person be good for that topic, considering that this person doesn't care about this thing at all? You got to coordinate that. And wait, stop, okay. And then going through casual conversation as well while they do that, and they wait for responses.
Okay, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine.
Everything that you just described is like a 10 to 15 minute call, okay?
It is
you
not.
Are like
It is
you're
not.
Like every
6
fucking,
a week.
Like, you are every engineer's worst fucking nightmare. Like, guys, we need to have a fucking 6-hour meeting to plan out all. No,
I never said Prime was good at what he did.
Hold on. They have like the same fucking rotating guests for all of these fucking.
They constantly try to get other guests. They're just not good.
They
at
might
it.
reach out to other people, but reaching out to somebody, Dylan, is sending them either a DM or an email. It's not having a 6-hour fucking Discord call every fucking day. None of that is planning for these shows. I know all of you guys that work on these shows. I have organized events like this before, and I know for
You
a
have
fucking
not.
fact that I could bring on you, I could bring on Hans, I could bring on literally any other type of person and ask them, hey, do you have 4-hour calls to plan your shows? And what they would probably say is, no, usually we have like a group DM, because I've been invited to like fucking 100 of these. We have a group DM, somebody works on a fucking Google Word doc and they throw some topics in there, and then we send out a bunch of DMs to see who's interested in going. That's why every single time all of you guys do these shows, there's always...
Okay, so what they're arguing about is that the logs, I guess, that this girl released show that she was having like 4-hour phone calls with this guy regularly, right? And they were saying that they're spending these 4 hours working out a show, right? And I'm sitting there going like, what? Like, it takes you 4 hours to like book a couple guests and like run a topic. Later, fucking Dylan backtracks on it and says that, well, you know, they're working on the show and then they're chatting and everything. Essentially, this whole argument comes down to, you know, if she was so concerned with all of these things, why was she spending so much time with the guy? That I think that's kind of where people have taken it. To me, though, I don't see how people are upset with the guy, right? At the end of the day, what PrimeCayes did was not understand social cues, I guess would be the best way of putting it. Because I can't say that he was sexually harassing her, only because I haven't seen any evidence that backs that up. What I can say, though, is her story doesn't really make too much sense. She tries to imply that she was like forced to take drugs because of how bad this guy was making her feel. And I think Destiny flat out asked Dylan during this whole confrontation, when did she have her wisdom teeth pulled? And yeah, obviously Destiny knew the answer, but he was like, you know, this time where she says she was taking these drugs because of him, she was taking those drugs because she just had her wisdom teeth pulled. So they gave her this specific fucking type of painkiller, right? Which, yeah, I mean, like I listen to that. I mean, when she's got holes in her story, I see automatic reasons not to fucking just immediately trust what they're saying. But yeah, Dylan's kind of a bitch. What do you want me to say?
Novo lit that shit bangs.